I fancy a fizzy lemonade. Nice. I'm diabetic, and the one thing that you don't start drinking when you're diabetic is diet drinks, because they all virtually to a fault have aspartame in them. Aspartame is really, really bad stuff. Google it. For me, it affected my joints and my muscles and tendons very painfully. It's not thirst quenching, and it is addictive. So it is really bad stuff. But also, I don't want to have high sugar content in my drinks. The first way of getting a nice refreshing drink, if you like lemons, is buy a sparkling bottle or sparkling water or a still water, depending on what you want to do. Then you slice up lemons into thin slices. Like so, and then put them into the freezer. Once they're frozen, what I normally do, freeze them on either a plastic lid or tray rather than metal, because bearing in mind that lemon juice is a bit acidy, as long as you do it stainless steel it won't matter, but it's actually easier to get it off a plastic tray rather than a metal tray. Then you place them into a tub for use. Try and split them up, it's easy enough. If you can't split them up, just let it defrost a little bit, or slide a knife very carefully down through them, like so. So you get your bottled fizzy or still water, open it up and pop a few lengths of frozen lemon. And the reason why you freeze the lemon is to, you can do it to taste, is to break down the cells in the zest, and which is the skin part. Oh yes, by the way, always used unwaxed lemons. Breaks down the zest cells and the cells are actually in the lemon, and imparts it all into the fizzy water. Do the cap up, stick that in the fridge. Occasionally you might get a piece that's a bit too thick to go into the actual bottle. All you need to do is cut it in half and then it should go in. Once you've put a few slices, 6 to 8 slices is more than enough. You then seal the box and put it back into the freezer. Right, the next one is a lemonade. Now I'm going to show you how to make a lemonade cordial, so you can make multiple amounts, store it in the fridge, either in a jug, and make it in the jug, and then once it's steeped, and I'll go more into that when we go further in towards the end of the video, and then transfer it into a bottle. Or if you're really up for it and drinking a lot, providing for a party or whatever, you can leave it in the jug and then pour it into to taste. You need either, again, it's up to you how big your jug is, etc. Either 6 to 8 lemons. You need means of zesting, either a sharp potato peeler, a grater with the zesting section here, or a zester. Today I'm going to show you how to do it with a potato peeler because it's quicker and easier, and we'll go from there. Also, I'm going to be putting in, because I'm diabetic, and this will make maybe a couple of gallons of lemonade. I'm going to be using about 15 spoonfuls of sugar, or I can use 10 spoonfuls of sugar and then a couple of spoonfuls of honey. Honey is a good idea, and I would use a proper honey, honeys. I would use an orange blossom, something like that, a Muka honey, rather than a processed honey. Okay, you don't have to, but I'd use a few spoonfuls of that. Only proviso on that, if there is, due to the fact of pasteurization and stuff, if you're pregnant, or you have some family member that are pregnant, they shouldn't really do it. Just use sugar, because honey apparently can cause problems. Anyway, moving on, zesting. So I'm going to use potato peeler. It's quicker and easier, and you, as thinly as possible, you just zest the lemon into the jar, into the jug. Once you have zested your lemons, I would normally put them into the freezer and freeze them. Then when I need them, a few hours later, I will take them out, and they should be frozen, and then let them defrost. So but defrost in the jug, so all the oils, etc., the cells break down and will make it easier for them to steep. Once they've defrosted, you don't have to do that, but it just gets a little bit more flavour out of the lemon peel. Once I've done that, I will boil the water and then fill the jug. Okay, as I said, you don't have to freeze it. It just helps with, as I said, when it comes to steep. But you must let it defrost. You boil the kettle, and then with boiling water, you pour it over the peel. I would go up about halfway up your jug. You would then cover with cling film and place a towel over. So cover with cling film to keep the heat in, and then wrap it with a towel and leave. While you're waiting for the lemon peel to steep, you then slice and juice your lemons. You can either squeeze them out or squeeze them with a lemon squeezer. Pour the juice into a jug as you go along. And do that with all the lemons. Okay, I've now squeezed all the lemons and the water, as you can see, has turned a slight yellowy colour. That's the oils and essence of the lemon coming out of the skins. Fantastic. Next thing I'll do, before I put the juice in, I will put in 15 spoonfuls of sugar. Remember, this is not a lemon squash, this is a lemon cordial you're making, so you've got to dilute this down. And as I said, it'll make a couple of gallons of lemonade. So 15 spoonfuls of sugar is not very much. Once that's stirred in, that's all good to go. You then pour in the rest of the lemon juice. And then top that up with boiling water. I'm going to have a little taste because I really love it. Oh, nice. So, again, cover with the cling film. It's still quite hot, which is good. Keep the heat in and then leave to stand and cool right down. Once this is cold, you need to transfer this into the fridge and you leave in the fridge. It'll be good in the fridge for quite some time, say a week, maybe more. But I would, after a few days, I would drain it into a bottle and take out all the pips and any pips that have gone into it, and the zest, and then just use to taste and enjoy.